What's up, YouTube? Trucker Rob here. It's Saturday morning. I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to let's talk about a few topics today. Let's talk about the angry trucker. Yeah, everybody knows what I'm talking about, so don't act like you don't. The angry trucker. Everybody has problems out here in the trucking world. Let's face it. That's why they call it, that's what trucking's all about. It's get to point A to point B as quickly and safely as you can to make that money. And yeah, if the wheels ain't rolling, you're not earning. So, There seems to be a lot of angry truckers out here these days. And I seen it yesterday firsthand when I was at the Loves. If you watched my last video, I was getting a PM done and a DOT inspection. And, I had called the day before and set up an appointment for 7 o'clock. Well, they rolled me in there at 6:45. I pulled in the bay and they started working on me, I got a couple steer tires and a drive tire also. Well, as I was there, all day, there was several different truck drivers come in there and, wanted to sign their name on the waiting list, and it's like they wanted to be first but they were last. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just thought that they were supposed to just jump ahead of everybody else, and that's not the case. But they got angry and frustrated, I guess, because they had loads, they had to be somewhere. Trucking is a patience game. You have to have patience to be a truck driver. There's a lot of angry truck drivers out there that, get pissed off even while they're going down the road, I mean, they're just grabbing the steering wheel, honking the horn, they're just blazing all saddles, they're just irate, And you know who I'm talking about. You've seen them. It's ridiculous. Grow up. Grow the hell up. That's the dirty, dirty truth about it. Grow up. If you have to act like a spoiled brat everywhere you go, you don't need to be in trucking, because, you're going to get held up everywhere you go. Yeah, you are. And you know what I'm talking about, because you've been held up. That's, you're going to get held up at the shippers. You're going to get held up at the truck stop getting fuel. You're going to get held up at the consignee. You're going to get to the truck stop and there ain't going to be no parking. So you're going to have to go on down to the next rest area or the next truck stop. You know what I'm talking about. You're going to get held up everywhere. So if you don't have, am I the patient person? No, I'm not. But I have patience in trucking. Do I get pissed off? Yeah, I get pissed off a lot. But yesterday I sat there calmly all day long. Never got agitated, not one time. Because my truck was getting, a makeover. It got what it needed. $2,533 later, I might add. It's, it's not cheap being an owner-operator, folks. You think you're going to make all this money. And yeah, we make good money. But we spend good money too. You got to turn over them loads, dude. I mean, and ladies, you have to turn the loads over. You can't make no money in the shop. You're spending money. You can't come out here into this field with a negative attitude and thinking that everybody owes you something. You got to be first. No, that's not the way it works. Wait in line. You know, you're in a long line of truckers that were in front of you. So have some patience. You know, I was watching a video a while ago. The guy was telling me that he got fuel, pulled up, went inside to take a piss and to get a Red Bull. He wasn't no longer in there 5 to 7 minutes, he said. And the guy behind him didn't even get fuel and was at his door banging on it, trying to get him to move. Because he wanted to run into the truck stop and get him something, or he had to pee, but he didn't get no fuel. Don't get in the fuel aisle and block it all up if you're not going to get fuel. Go park the damn truck in the back row somewhere. Walk your little happy ass up there to the truck stop, you know. But everybody wants to block the fuel aisle up. Are they taking their 30-minute break? Are they getting showers? Or what the hell is going on at the fuel aisle? I don't understand that crap. It don't take, 10 minutes to fill up your truck. Them pumps are not that slow. They fill up pretty damn quick. I do it every day. So I know. That's a bunch of bull crap. I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a live feed tomorrow. And, we're going to talk about this. And try to get a resolution to what the hell is going on out here with all these angry truck drivers. Is it your fleet manager pissing you off? Is your wife pissing you off? What the hell is going on in this trucking industry where we're not a brotherhood anymore? I used to work for this oversized company. Let me tell you this little story. I used to work for this oversized company. And me and a couple other guys, it took about 4 or 5 trucks to haul this oversized load. Well, we stopped in Wheeling, West Virginia at the TA because we couldn't run oversized on the weekends. So we stopped there and got our 34-hour restart. Well, one of the guys suggested that we go to Walmart and get some steaks or some hot dogs and some hamburgers and stuff. And, we was going to sit around outside and bullshit. We had 34 hours, so why not? So he unhooked his trailer, dropped it, and we all chipped in and gave him some money. And he bought, some hot dogs and hamburgers. And I got on the CB, and we invited the truckers that were there, shut down for 34 hours, to come join us. And everybody thought it was a damn joke. Everybody thought that there's no way that these guys are, cooking hamburgers and hot dogs for everybody. They just thought it was a joke. Well, once we were out there and they started seeing the smoke from the grill, and we was, getting the hamburgers and hot dogs all good to go, they started coming over one by one and introducing themselves. And we sat around there all night bullshitting, having a good time, telling everybody was telling each other's story. And that's what trucking is. Buy your fellow trucker a cup of coffee. Yeah, ELDs have us pushed to the limit these days. I understand. But that's not the end of the world. So my suggestion to you is to be patient. Enjoy what you're doing. You're aggravated at what? What are you aggravated about? Everything is aggravation these days. If you're that damn aggravated, you don't need to be behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler, 80,000 pounds. You do not need to be behind the wheel. Let's face it, Like I told you when I started this channel, I'm going to tell you the dirty, dirty truth, whether you want to hear it or not. It's the truth, folks. What happened to trucking? It's went to hell. And we, as truckers, made it that way. You can't even get anybody on the CB when you're hollering at. I mean, they don't even. But when you stop, when they come to a stop, that's when they turn their CB on. They want to know why they are stopped. Like, they are entitled to know why they are stopped, when you should have had that on 20 minutes ago, and you would have known why you're stopping, because there's an accident ahead or construction zone or whatever's happening at that particular time. You would have known. So you could have got off at another exit, went around it or whatever, but you waited until you stopped to turn your radio on. So whose fault is that? That's your fault. Blame it on yourself, because you was the dummy that did that. My CB stays on 24/7, so I can hear way back 20 miles or whatever. The drivers will say, hey, you got an accident ahead of you, so I can pre-plan me to get off another exit and go around that crap, because I don't like sitting in traffic jams just like the next guy does. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to pre-plan, you know, try to find a different route, you know, and sometimes there's no other route. You just got to sit in it and, you know, do your thing. Sit there and take your 30-minute break, whatever you got to do. But, you know, that's trucking. Welcome to trucking. You know, that's the bottom line. You know, for all y'all new cats that's coming into trucking, you got to have some patience. So, you know, make sure that you ain't one of these, you know, people that lose their fucking mind every time something happens out here, because it don't work that way. You know, you'll never get anywhere like that. So, you know, I know you're trying to make money. I know that you're trying to, you know, do the right thing and get the load there, whatever, but, you know, it just don't work that way. There's too many vehicles out here, too many trucks out here. You know, some days you're gonna get from point A to point B with no hiccups. You will. It'll just, everything will fall into place. But 90% of the time, that ain't gonna happen. And you gotta know that. So, you know, set yourself up for that. You know, give you an hour or so window. You know, that's what I do. I give myself an hour. You know, if I gotta have the load there at 1 o'clock, I'm pulling in at 12:15. You know, I'm pulling in at 12 o'clock. You know, set yourself up for success. Don't set yourself up for failure, because who wants to be a failure? Nobody. You know, nobody wants to be a failure. So, you know, is it stressful? Yeah, it's very fucking stressful. I mean, I smoke cigarettes back to back to back to back, you know, because, you know, it is a stressful job, you know, and if you can't handle stress very good, I suggest you don't get into trucking, you know, because it'll bring the worst out in you. I'm telling you. But, you know, you have to do what you got to do to make a living for your family. You know, I understand that. That's what I do. I do what I got to do to make a living. But you don't have to be mean and disrespect your fellow truck driver in the process. You know, there's no sense in that. Grow up. You know, you're a grown fucking man or grown woman. You know, last time I checked, they didn't let kids drive 18-wheelers. So grow up, you know. Let's be real here. That's the, you know, dirty truth about it. Don't feel like you're entitled. You know, them people were coming into that love store yesterday just hateful. And them guys are getting paid by the damn hour. They're not making no damn money. We're the ones out here making the damn money. So, you know, my hat's off to them guys. I mean, they're struggling just like the next person. Okay? I mean, let's face it, folks. It's a dog eat dog world out here. And if you don't eat, it's your own fault. It is your own fault. Don't blame everybody else for your mistakes. Learn from them and move forward. Everybody makes mistakes out here. Everybody. I make mistakes all the time. I'm guilty of it. I'm not throwing the first stone at anybody. I'm just saying, if you're one of these truckers out here that think that everybody owes them something, I feel sorry for you. I really do. Because we're all out here as one entity to make it happen, to bring all the goods to the consumers. And that's the bottom line. Whether you're hauling gas, if you're hauling gravel, if you're hauling clothes, if you're hauling drinks and food, if you're pulling flatbed and you're hauling steel or lumber or whatever you're hauling, it's all going to the consumers. And we're all doing our part. So everybody has a part in this. You know what I'm saying. But it seems like everybody's out to get you. They're angry because you're sitting there, or you're doing this, or you're doing that. Are they jealous of you? Are they, I don't want anybody to be jealous of me, because I'm going to get mine at the end of the day, regardless what you think of me. Or, oh, he just thinks he's a super trucker. No, I don't think I'm a super trucker. I know I'm not. I'm a damn, I'm learning every day. I learn every day. My dad taught me a valuable lesson. If you think you know it all, give them keys up and don't get back in the truck, because you know it all. And there's a lot of know-it-alls out here in trucking. Do I know it all? No. I don't claim to. I'm not a professor of know-it-all. I'm not. I'm just a dumbass truck driver trying to make a living and trying to help the next person that wants to be a trucker, And that's the bottom line of it, folks. So quit being so damn angry at whatever you're angry about. And sometimes you have the right to be angry. But you don't have to take it out on everybody. Deal with it and move on. It gets better. Trust me. Deal with your issue that you're having at that point in time and let it go. Don't bring it to the truck stops. Don't bring it to your fleet manager. Don't bring it to everybody else and put it on their shoulders. Deal with it and move on. Drop it. It's over. You don't have to stir the damn pot up and get everybody aggravated. You don't. Don't take it home with you and take it out on your wife and kids. Don't do that. It's just going to ruin it. It's going to ruin your happiness. Be happy that you're making $60,000, $70,000 a year. It seems like nobody's satisfied. Nobody is satisfied with making $80,000 a year. They want $200,000 a year. And if you want $200,000, go get it. It's out here to be made, folks. You can make it. That's the bottom line. But like I said, I'm going to go live and we're going to chat about this. We're going to chat about this situation, because it's ridiculous of what, the way the truck driver acts like a big baby. You're grown up. You're a grown man or a grown woman. Act accordingly. Act your age. Not your IQ. Don't act like that. There's no sense in it. It don't help you. It don't help me. It don't help the next person. Lend your fellow truck driver a hand if he or she needs it. It comes back around. Karma is a bitch. Yeah, I said bitch. Karma will get you. You keep acting like that to people, and it's gonna come around and bite you in the ass. And you wonder why you're broke down all the time. You wonder why you in the shop. You wonder why this happened to you. It's karma. Karma will get you. Trust me, it's happened to me. And, there's no sense in it. Grow up. And you'll be a lot better off. Don't get mad at the next driver because he or she might not know what she's doing. They might have just got their truck today. And they got their first load and they go to their first truck stop to fill up with fuel. And they don't know how to park. They don't know how to even get fuel. Their trainer throwed them out of the truck and said, here you go. Here's the keys. You go to truck stop. Try to park that truck. Try to do this. They got so much going through their head because they don't know the game. They don't know nothing yet. Help them out. Try to tell them something. Try to teach them a little something. It ain't gonna hurt you. If anything, it will help you in the long run. Because karma is gonna come back and praise you with a high dollar load. Or, something's gonna happen to you and you'll be, you'll say, damn, I helped that person the other day. And now, you feel good about it. You should feel good that you helped your fellow truck driver. That's what's wrong with trucking. Nobody wants to get into trucking because it's hard. It's this, it's that. They got a million excuses of what goes wrong in trucking. Deal with it. It's a job. Everybody has a job to do out here. Nobody just gets to float around and ride around for nothing. We all have a job to do. So, you need to do what you need to do. But, like I said, help your fellow truck driver out if he needs or she needs it. It will pay off dividends in the long run. Okay? That's all I got for y'all today. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go live tomorrow. If y'all want to watch my video, we'll discuss it in depth a little bit more. But like and subscribe to my channel and share it. Somebody needs my help out here, and I'm willing to help. So y'all stay cool, and I'll catch you tomorrow.